All right, welcome to Smokey Reacts. I'm your boy Journalist, and on this one, we are going to be checking out a YouTube channel I normally watch by myself. However, I didn't really want to waste any time today, and I felt like it might be a good video. So the reason we're watching this though is because there's like a little running joke in the house, and kind of like with the collective, that like I don't eat a meal unless it has like an animal or a protein attached to it that is an animal, I guess, not just like soy or whatever. So I seen this vegan steak thing and I was like, oh, that's intriguing. So I figured I'd give it a try as a watch and see and see what we're gonna come up with. But that's pretty much how we got here. Thank you very much for joining me. If anybody does watch this, I really do appreciate it. But yeah, please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description, and let's get into this one.
You see this guy? He hates vegetables. He let you know in many different videos that I've made. However, today I'm gonna try to fool him. Because if there's one thing he loves is meat, especially juicy steaks. At the same time, I have no idea what will happen to me in the end. But I thought this would be a good experiment to see if we can fool somebody to eating a vegan steak. And if my nephew can eat it, anyone can.
That's not a steak,
So let's
cuz.
begin. Now
That's
to make
not
a
a
homemade
steak.
vegan steak
That's
is
a
very
loaf.
easy. And here's how. Into a food processor, you throw in some chickpeas, followed by tomato paste, some Vita wheat, Dijon mustard, garlic powder, soy sauce, black pepper, vegetable stock, salt, close it up, and process everything on.
See, now my thing with fake meat is if vegetables are so good, why are you trying to make them taste like meat? That's like my biggest issue is if it's supposed to be so good and vegetables are so great, why are you trying to make it taste like meat? It's because meat is amazing. But I also really do enjoy vegetables, though. I'm not saying like I don't like vegetables. I like vegetables a whole lot. Just more so. I never understand when like vegans and vegetarians do their thing. They're just like, yeah, it tastes just like chicken, tastes just like meat. Like, why? We're trying to stop eating meat. It doesn't make no sense. It like defeats the whole purpose to me.
High, because as you're doing so, it's going to become a dough. Now you want to go ahead and shape it up as best as you can to look like a steak. And as you can see, the end color is not red, but we can fix that real quick. Into a bowl, I added some soy sauce, followed by some maple syrup, smoked paprika, and mixed everything together. As now, all there's left to do is to paint over the steak. Then you want to bake it in the oven,
Play-Doh.
and you are left with a vegan steak. And as you can clearly see, it is very noticeable that this does not look like a steak. And if I know my nephew, he will spot this from a mile away. So you got me thinking, how else can I fool him? And that's when I saw this on my supermarket. Beyond Beef. Now notice the ingredients on the back. Pea protein. I'm pretty sure they're using chickpeas. And honestly, even though this does not smell like meat, at least it looks like meat. And hopefully it's gonna make a great steak
No, it
for my
does not.
nephew to try.
It looks
but
like
just having this
cheap
by itself next
quality
to a
meat.
regular steak is not gonna work. So here's what
Looks
I
like
came
a
up
farce.
with. The first thing to do was to go ahead and shape the Beyond Meat. Make it look like a New York strip as much as I could. Once I was done, this is what it looks like. It is now ready to go. But as you can see here, this is what real meat looks like. Perfectly well marbled and just
Come on,
perfect,
blood.
beautiful steaks. And putting all of them side by side, you can clearly see that there's a huge difference. So let's fix this. I grabbed one steak and went ahead and passed it to the meat grinder. As you can see, once everything was ground up, this is what I was left with. Then I went ahead and shaped it up like a New York strip. And in the end, I was left with this, kind of like
Ground
a meatloaf
beef.
steak. Hopefully, he's not gonna get that suspicious. Because now, to get these steaks ready, the only thing left to do is to season them. For that, I went with a good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. And I made sure to season the steaks properly. And just in case he's gonna get really upset, I went ahead and made an incredible side dish for us today. These are some meatballs.
See, this is my favorite part of what Google does, is the side dish. Like, my man's already doing a whole lot for the main. And then he always has some, like, random ass side dish. I'm just like, that looks delicious.
Dumpling. Not only are they extremely delicious, they are super simple to make. And here's how. Into a food processor, I threw in some parsley, followed by white onions, garlic, jalapeno, closed it up, blend everything on high. I added some ricotta cheese, followed by a good amount of ground beef, a little bit of salt, black pepper, and Korean chili flakes. Blend everything once again, and my meat was now ready.
See?
The only thing
Another
left was to put
farce.
it together. And for that, I'm using old-fashioned dumplings. Shape them however you like. The best way for me is to leave a little bit of the meat exposed. You can see here, once I was done, this is what they look like. Now you need a little sauce to cook the dumplings. And this one is super simple. Into a skillet, I added some oil, followed by garlic and shallots. Cooked it up until I got a little bit of color. Then I added some marinara sauce. As soon as it brought up to temperature, I added chicken stock. Mixed everything well and threw it right on top of the dumplings.
Yeah, simple.
Then
That should be
into
good.
the oven it goes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. Once the time is up, I took it out, added a little bit of sour cream right on top, followed by parsley. Now this is today's side dish.
I would probably go for like some ricotta on top. Would be a little bit more in line to me because like sour cream just seems wild, but like that still looks really good though.
And I know my nephew is gonna love this one, as it
You
is
goddamn
real
right.
meat. But we
Those are
cannot say the
delicious.
same thing about the vegan steak. With that being said, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook them. So to keep things fair, I'll be pan-searing the vegan steak and the ground beef one. To add additional flavor, I will do so using butter. And of course, garlic, as the control steak is
Imagine making a vegan steak and cooking butter with it. Like what the fuck? We just defeated the purpose. Is there a vegan version of butter? What's that look like? How's that work?
just gonna be straight up on the grill. Because now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to see if I can make my nephew eat this vegan steak. So let's do it.
Look at the sears. Look at the sear blood. Eee. That does look like a good, like, pan-seared patty. That's not a steak. This is a large lump of fake meat. Oh, it's probably delicious, though. Eee. Look at that steak. Look at that steak. I gotta go to the grocery store after this. Make me some tacos. Real steak. No, sir.
All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steaks, a little side dish, and my two taste tests. Are you guys hungry?
Starving.
That didn't sound very exciting. What do you think? How does it look?
Oh, it looks a little overdone.
I think this is the first time that I can actually tell by looks that this is an experiment.
That looks yellow.
Don't worry about it. Sometimes yellow is a good thing.
It's a yellow cow, huh?
Say yellow.
It's a yellow Highland
enough
cow.
talking. Give me your honest opinion. Let me know how it tastes. I'm really curious to find out. Sounds good? We're gonna go this direction here today. Please dig in. Let's go. I want to know.
It feels like it's been forever since I last tried a steak. I am super, super excited
Man
to
probably
try
ate
this.
steak like last week.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
enough talking. Let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh.
The one I had for breakfast was not this good.
Especially since it's been a while since I've had one. It tastes extra good.
You taste the salt on that?
Oh, I taste that salt, baby. It's really
The
soft.
sodium
There's
savant.
very little resistance that you have to actually chew it.
You can't get this at a restaurant.
With all that being said, that was an amazing steak. Let's go on and see if any one of them are better than that one. Sounds like a plan? Why are you laughing?
Just by looks, man, it doesn't look that, like, it looks weird, Guga. I'm sorry. Like,
All right.
I'm expecting this to taste good.
Right? He said, what am I about to eat?
Look at you dissecting it.
It doesn't even stay together.
Well, let's find out. Oh, my bad. Enough talking. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
It's a little different.
A little.
The texture is like meatloaf. The crust
Yeah.
is nice.
I think it tastes actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The consistency is 100% different. It doesn't scream steak. It screams burger to me.
Yeah,
It's also
exactly.
like really garlicky. I like that.
I agree 100%. Tastes amazing, but it's just a texture thing for me. All right, enough. I'm very excited for the last one. Let's dig in.
Let's do this one.
Why?
No reason.
Because it's yellow?
He's like, I don't want to eat
we'll
that
go
at
over
all.
this. These are my little take on little pasta and meatballs, I guess, or dumpling mix. I don't even know what to call this dish, but at the same time, I'm curious to find out what you guys think.
Can I take more than one?
You might want to take a lot more than one. Enough talking. Enough talking. Cheers. Cheers. Oh,
That's so good.
The texture of this is so smooth. It's all really soft, almost gooey chew.
gooey, chewy.
Right?
For me, I think the best part about it is the
look
actual
tasty.
meatball inside. The pasta is flavorful. You bite through it. It has like a little bit of marinara sauce, some cheese and stuff like that. But the flavor of the beef is the star of the show, and it brings it all together. Yeah, I want more of this. I'm getting scared of looking at the steak.
Why?
Google, you
It's
can't.
yellow.
It looks like
it's
a
yellow.
It looks like a
Buddha.
curry
It's literally
steak.
yellow. I'm literally looking at
The
it.
curry
yellow.
steak.
Let's go for it. Enough talking. Let's dig in, please. Are you excited, Angel?
Yeah, man. How could I not be excited for this?
Enough talking. Let's dig in. Cheers,
No
everybody.
bueno.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god.
It's not bad, guys.
I
told
don't
you.
want to say it's bad. It's not
told
bad.
you.
It's bad.
It doesn't taste
Exactly.
like steak. It doesn't have the texture of steak. It doesn't have the juiciness of
I knew
steak.
it.
That's not steak.
I will say
I knew
this.
it. I
It is
knew it.
not bad.
No,
It's
You're making a funny
terrible.
face, but it's not bad, everybody.
Muy
it's
malo.
edible. It's actually not bad. I'm actually pleasantly surprised.
This steak right here was really good. And
It's
then
a
from
scene.
here, we went that way, and it just
Went downhill.
went
Yeah.
downhill right there.
The best steak of the night was the control steak, but I
Goddamn
will
right.
say, if you add a sauce to this last one, I think it would make it much, much better and much more enjoyable.
I agree.
That's
It
just
will
meatloaf
fake
then,
it. Because
cuz.
I'll tell you one thing. This one right here is a regular Guga steak, as you know. Then we got ground beef, okay? But it's a ground beef steak. And then we got right here Beyond Meat. So I wanted to give it a try and see how it tastes as a steak.
I thought it would be disgusting. That was like bad.
Oh my god.
But those are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We don't love it, but it's not bad.
It's
Not bad.
doable. You
Not
can eat
bad.
that.
It's
That-
doable. Yes.
That you could do.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did,
I don't want to have no food that's just doable though. Like I don't, not at all. But yes, I found out whether or not this was gonna be good or bad. It's no, it's not the wave. But I did see a nice side dish that I could actually finesse myself. Like when I, that's like maybe like $7 worth of ingredients. Maybe eat that for days. Do it right. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon, all that. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.